Boys, FIFA 22 squad battles is dying. And if EA don't do something soon to make some changes to this game mode, then the game mode is going to be completely dead. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Dan, it don't matter if squad battles died. It's not that important. No one plays it. It's a dead mode anyway. It's offline. No one cares about squad battles. And the reality is, lads, that couldn't be further from the truth. Squad Battles is, in fact, the most played game mode on FIFA Ultimate Team. And let me explain to you the reasons why that is before you go commenting saying, no way, no way, no how. Firstly, a lot of people are not good enough to play online, so they don't like going online and getting their asses kicked. So I know this for a fact because I'm a Squad Battles guy. I've got a long history of Squad Battles, and I get tons and tons of comments of people saying, you know, I'm not good enough online, so Squad Battles is the thing that I go to because you can just jump in, you can play, you can choose your own difficulty, and for a lot of people, that's fun. That's more fun than online. Secondly, it's a very important thing, this, is that you don't have to qualify for squad battles. Like, you know, you might think Foot Champs is the most played game mode, but nowhere near is it the most played game mode because you have to qualify for it. You always have done, and people haven't always been able to qualify. So just by common sense, you know for a fact that's not the most played game mode because most people simply cannot get in. Especially this year, people are struggling to get into Foot Champs. And now you might be saying, well, Dan, but what about Rivals? You don't have to qualify to get into Rivals. And that is true. But the reality is, lads, unless you live, depending on where you live, if you're in the UK or the US or, you know, a lot of places in Europe, you might be fine. Or like Australia or something. But the reality is, internet connections in a lot of places are not strong enough to support online play. Like, they just can't do it. You're going to jump into a game of Rivals, a game of Champs, depending on where you live, and you're going to be lagging all over the place. It's not going to be a fun experience. So Squad Battles is the only mode where you can realistically just jump into and have no problems no matter who you are or where you are on the planet. And that is why it is by far EA Sports FIFA 22's most played game mode. And I just wanted to show this because a lot of the time when things are going wrong on FIFA, we tend to blame the game, right? And I think we're all guilty of this. We can all admit this. At times when we're losing, you know, we'll blame the game. Oh, all the tackles are going back to him. Nothing I'm shooting's going in. Everything he's shooting's going in. His keeper won't stop making saves. Like, we're all guilty of making these excuses, right? But the reality is, this time it's for real. So I just want to show my FIFA 20 playlist. Sorry, this is all my top 200 finishes on FIFA 20, top 100, sorry. A bunch of first in the world, as you can see, and I think I fell out the top 10 maybe one time. If you, yeah, I think this time I finished 21st in the world. Other than that, every single finish was at least in the top 10 with a bunch of first in the world finishes. And it's a similar story for FIFA 21 as well. Again, didn't finish outside the top 200. Don't even know if I finished outside the top 100. A bunch of first in the world finishes. And yeah, I just wanted to show you this because, again, this isn't just me being salty about losing some games of squad battles. It's because it's a real problem of it being far too difficult. But in fairness, it is a similar story for me this year. So far, I think we're like 3 or 4 weeks in, I haven't finished outside the top 20. But it's not just about me. It's about the fact that a lot of you guys are struggling with this game. And it does include me too. I'm struggling too. Now, you might not think it due to the scores you're seeing here. Like, we won 9-0, won 9-0, won 6-2. All on Ultimate, we're still winning comfortably most of the time, no problem. But it is a problem. It really is a problem because it's far too difficult. And when something is too difficult to the point of it being unfair, that's when you get a real problem. Difficult is not necessarily a problem. You can have fun with difficult games. You know, think of something like Dark Souls or Crash Bandicoot back in the day. Remember that level on the bridge? That level on the bridge haunts me, right? But it was fun. You die over and over and over again, but what didn't feel unfair, I wouldn't say. It was a challenge, but it didn't feel unfair. This, on the other hand, feels unfair. And that's not just on Ultimate difficulty. Again, obviously, I'm playing Ultimate, but a lot of you guys are messaging me, telling me you're playing on World Class, and you're playing on Legendary, and you're absolutely getting your asses kicked when you used to play these difficulties, no problem. And the truth is, lads, it's too hard to keep your clean sheets. It's too hard not to concede goals, even when you defend perfectly. And that's the biggest issue with the game. I get the fact that some people just aren't good at the game, right? You're always going to have these people who moan because they're not good. And that's the sad part of it. You're not going to know who's telling the truth and who's not. But if you were used to be able to comfortably beat Legendary, and now you're struggling on World Class, I don't think that's just the players' problem. I don't think all these players have suddenly just got worse at the game. I think EA have messed up with the difficulties on this game, and they need to fix it ASAP. And let's not even talk about how hard things are solo. This game is made to play co-op squad battles. I'm with a partner every week. I'm not going to lie to you. I play with a partner now every single week. That's because Ultimate on solo, last year it was difficult, but it was doable. It was difficult to try and get your 5-0 every game. This year, it's flat out impossible. If you're playing against a good team, you are not going to get a 5-0 solo, at least not at the time of recording. I'm hoping that EA can do something about this, but the fact that you have to play co-op to even try and compete to get near the top of the leaderboards is an absolute joke. Something needs to be done about this. Because the reality is, a lot of you can't find a partner. It's not easy to find someone that wants to play squad battles week in and week out. Thankfully, I got lucky. My mate wants to do it, and we do it every week. But it's becoming so difficult to find the energy to do it every week, just due to, once again, how unfair the game mode is. So yeah, I don't exactly know what this video is. It's kind of just like my thoughts on squad battles. Basically, you know, Legendary, World Class, and Ultimate are all far too hard. EA, we need to get a patch on that. Like, it's too difficult, man. Again, difficulty is not a problem if it's fair. Your game's flat out unfair. You'll have bronze players scoring from the edge of the box, you know, from 30 yards out. You'll defend perfectly, and there's still nothing you can do. We've got to at least make the game fair. And then, like I say, something's got to be done about this solo co-op thing. I don't know whether that means we need to introduce another leaderboard, just a purely solo leaderboard that, you know, ranks just solos, or if we need to give solos an extra bonus for playing all their games on solo. So, you know, you get a skill multiplier at the end of every game. Like, depending on what difficulty you do on, it gets times by more. Or maybe if you do it on solo, it gets times by even more. We've got to figure out something, a way to make it a viable option to play by yourself again. Because it's too hard for a lot of people to find a co-op partner. It just is. And ultimately, like I've said a million times, we've got to make the game mode fun again. A lot of people will say that Squad Battles was never fun. And that is completely their opinion, and they are entitled to have that opinion. But for me, competing for first in the world was a lot of fun. In FIFA 20 and FIFA 21, I enjoyed trying to push for first in the world. This year, first in the world feels like potluck. Even UK Cam on the leaderboards. A lot of you who play Squad Battles a lot might recognise UK Cam. And I've spoke to him. He's a nice guy. We get on. We're mates. I won't say we're mates. we speak, right? And he says that it's exactly the same. Like, getting first in the world now is no longer about skill. It's about potluck. Who gets the most bronze teams to play? Who gets the best matchmaking? And who can ultimately, by chance, keep the most clean sheets? Because if you don't know, clean sheets in squad battles are massively, massively important towards your points total. And it now feels like, instead of it being a skill, defending being a skill that you can master and get good at, it feels like potluck. It really, really does on the higher difficulties. And it needs to be changed. It's got to be changed. So yeah, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. Have you been playing a lot of squad battles? Have you played in previous years? Do you think it's better now? Do you think it's worse? Do you think it's the same? Do you think I'm just talking nonsense? Let me know down below your thoughts. I would love to get some feedback on this. I kind of want it to just be a dialogue. That's basically what I'm trying to do. And hopefully, I don't know, maybe someone from EA can see this, you know. I'm one of the most known squad battle players in the world, I guess, most likely anyway. I'm one of the biggest YouTubers that covers it, and not that I'm a big YouTuber, but most people don't cover squad battles the way I do, and it's a shame to see this game mode, you know, dying, quite frankly. And there's a point I wanted to make here as well. Last week, I finished 13th in the world with 119,000 points, and you might not understand why that's weird. Lads, I lost 4 times. Lost 4 times, and was still able to get into the top 20. That's due to the amount of people that have been turned away from this game mode by how ridiculous the difficulty is. So yeah, if you did watch this whole ramble, thank you for watching, boys. I really do appreciate it. Like I say, leave your thoughts down below. I just wanted to put it out into the world because it's frustrating to me. You know, I want to continue my top 200 runs every week, but it's getting to the point where, you know, Foot Champs is now so easy. The rewards are so good. It's only 20 games. Rivals, you only need to play 7 games a week. And then somehow, to justify worse rewards, you've got to play 42 games of squad battles when it's no fun to be had anymore and the game mode is completely unfair. It sucks that this is the way it is, but it is what it is at the moment. But yeah, thank you for watching, boys. I'm not going to keep rambling. Let me know your thoughts, like I say, and I will see you boys again in the next one. Cheers, boys!